All right, folks, welcome back for another episode. I am beyond excited to bring you a session with this powerhouse figure in the hip hop scene from the Mad Good Records family. We have DJ Kawon, master of cinematic boom back infused production, whose work is steeped in soulful visionary artistry. Hey, my man, how are you today? Thank you for making time to hop on with me.
How you doing, man? And I feel like I'm traveling time, man. You 10 what 12 hours away from me, but we here, right?
Yeah. No, hey man, I was ecstatic when you showcased the new album to me. So first, I want to congratulate you on your latest project that you did with RA King, the Book of Ranu. Really something special. I did some of the review digging too, and I saw that you guys were getting great responses and feedback on your recent collaboration. I saw one, they said the Book of Ranu is a spiritual manuscript of timeless lyricism, cinematic production, and prophetic storytelling rooted in healing, self-mastery, ancient futuristic vision. So, yeah, lots to be said in just that little blurb right there. But I went through the album and just loved it, man. So,
Thank you, brother.
congratulations.
Thank you. That was a word salad that they put out there, right?
Yeah. Well, hey, man, I mean, you must have known after you heard the album, like you got something amazing going on and it made vinyl,
Yeah,
man.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
the album is I'm proud of this project, man. We're proud of this project. This
Yeah,
is actually a follow-up. We released another one early in the year called The Golden Age,
that's right.
and we kind of want to keep that momentum going. So we really kind of had this album in the stash, and we was like, yo, let's go ahead and hit him with another one, man. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
it's different sounding from the last project. This one, like you said, it's a soulful feel to it. We decided to go kind of make it feel like a hip hop soul album. So all 70 soul samples I had to go dig for. I was in the record shop heavy for this one. I was in the digital crates heavy for this
Man.
one. Just to find different things, man, because you know, as a DJ or as a person who consumes music yourself too, when people dig into the 70s, you kind of hear the same flip, right? You kind of hear
Sure.
people look for the same source material to kind of flip those samples. So I wanted to kind of go left. That's my style is the I want that feel, but I don't want to go with the same stuff everybody else does. So sometimes I gotta hop on the plane somewhere and go international and find a lot of these samples. So I love
Yeah.
digging in the international section when I do my work.
Those are some of my favorite times when I'm working on music, just beats that have the 70s and sometimes 60s influence. But
Mhm.
yeah, you went all over the place on this thing and man, it was a masterful project. And I really like the way that you do your drums too. You're not sampling the drums, like you're actually banging them out, right?
Yeah, the drums are pretty much banged out.
Woo,
A lot of them,
man.
some of them I'm on the spot with it, but
Yeah.
you know, I get bored a lot. So a lot of times I actually will put my drums, I'll pre kind of
Yep.
record my own drums and just put them to the side, you know what I mean, kind of thing. But for the most part, they're all
Yeah.
original, you know what I'm saying, with something in there, and that's my foundation, man. I come from a musical family. I
Okay.
didn't play an instrument, I wish, but I had an uncle who had a drum set. He was a
Yeah.
drummer,
Oh, man.
and he's a big dude, former football player, so he had a specialized kit.
Yeah.
And so just kind of remembering how he would hit a lot of those that that, you know what I mean? And I guess even though I couldn't physically do it, it's in the blood there somewhere. So
Yeah.
finger drumming is just as good as I guess the
Yeah.
regular drums, you know
Oh,
what I mean?
dude.
But
That's
that's my foundation. The
man.
foundation of everything I do is the drums, bro. I create everything around my drums.
Yeah, and you can't, I mean, like, you got to understand drums, man. Some people program it and it sounds robotic or just sounds like too fast. And
Mhm.
I think you got drumming down, man. So,
Thank
yeah.
you, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the
So,
swing, man. That's the swing. You gotta you James Brown, you know, let the drummer get some.
yeah. Well, hey man, let me before I go deep into the project, I always like to take it back and just kind of learn about, somebody's past. And so
Okay.
I'm curious just kind of like what kind of music were you first introduced to? What were your parents or family members listening to when you grew up?
Great question, man. And rest in peace with my pops. Today is actually the anniversary he passed. So
Mm,
this is a great question. So I love that you asked that. So
mm,
my dad, like I said, I come from a musical family. My dad always loved buying music. He was a big Johnny Taylor fan, so he listened to a lot of blues. You know, growing up I was born in 79, so a lot of
that's a
late
good year.
60s, 70s sounds was in our household. The 80s, of course, to me is like one of the greatest eras of music overall.
Yeah.
I feel like I always said that I feel like that my generation probably has the best musical influence out of all of them, just because we went from disco
Yeah.
all the way to the 80s, and now hip hop, where all of that's coming back and it's being brought into it. So
Yeah.
set late 60s, 70s, 80s, that's all we listened to at the house. Funk,
Man.
jazz, heavy rock, like everything, man. I'm like a mutt when it comes to the music as far as listening, man. I can sing anything that come on the radio from that era, and it's my kids look at me like I'm crazy
Yeah.
when I'm singing like 80s hairband records, but then I turn
Right.
around and rapping Slick Rick. You know?
Dude, that's a great point, man. I'm a 79 guy too as well. And yeah, the transition from 70s music to 80s was really drastic, but all good music, man. And so
Yeah,
yeah, and then
yeah.
90s, oh man, just it goes on.
I think I actually read somewhere too that they said the 80s is the most released music in the history of recordings. Like the
That's
80s released the most music. So that
that's
could be why, it's such a crazy time during that decade.
yeah, no kidding, man. I still listen to me some old Madonna, some 80s Madonna.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I love her earlier stuff more. But hey, what month were you born in 79? Just curious who the older one
June
is.
of 79, man. I'm a
Oh man,
Cancer.
you got me by a couple months, September 79.
But
So
okay.
yeah.
My wife is September. My wife is September, so
All
shit.
right. Well,
Congratulations.
hey,
Happy birthday to both of y'all.
yeah, thank you. Virgo season, man. But but hey, man, that's great. 60s, 70s, 80s, you make a fantastic point, man. And so at some point you get introduced to hip hop, right? So that's when you do your bread and butter. And so tell
Mhm.
me about your first encounter with rap music.
Oh, bro. So growing up in New York, I grew up in Queens.
Oh, okay. So you're
I
not
grew up in a
raised
part.
in Texas.
No. I'm not born and raised. I'm a
Oh,
transplant, but I
okay.
grew up in Queens. It's a part of in Queens called Far Rockaway.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
know what I'm talking about? The name says what it is. It's the furthest part in Queens to get there, right?
Hmm.
It's one way in, one way out. The A train. If you ride the rails, you drive in buses, but
Okay.
for Rockaway, home of Father MC,
Oh, yeah.
home
Is it
of
good to you? Yeah.
yeah, MC Search is from Far Rockaway. So
Yep.
we got, Ralph Lauren is a Far Rockaway guy. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
So yeah, growing up in Queens, man, before I even knew what hip hop was, I was watching it, not really knowing it, right? So the
Hmm.
DJs, my uncle was a DJ. He taught me how to be a DJ. He did the
Okay.
block party. So I was carrying his crates in the mid 80s when he was throwing the block parties, not understanding what he was doing. He was one of the break beat DJs. He was the guys who was keep the
Yeah.
party going, break beat. He taught me how to blend, you know what I'm saying? Because he was a party DJ, so he kind of showed me how to do blend records and stuff
Yeah.
like that, how to keep the motion going with the party.
Okay.
And then I would say hip hop hit me. It had to been Bismarcky, Slick Rick, those
Yeah.
80s, man. Going to my cousin's house
Yeah.
and he's listening to these records and I'm just like, what is this?
Yeah.
Why does this make me feel like, so why am I digging this, right?
Yeah.
And I can say I think Slick Rick was the first one where I was listening to the words and I was like, yo, he's saying some crazy things like in the pattern that's wild, you know what I mean? And the storytelling, I loved it. Then
Yeah.
started getting deeper into it. I would say my hip hop musical maturity is
Yeah.
definitely like the 90s when
Okay.
Naughty by Nature.
Oh, yeah.
When I heard OPP, which I was young, I shouldn't have been really hearing that, but
Ah,
I picked up on the Michael Jackson sample and I was
yep.
like, that's
Yeah, the
dope.
Jackson 5 stuff, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's when I was like, that is dope how they did that. So that's when I kind of started getting more mature into the hip hop and started
Yeah.
getting into like Naughty by Nature, of course, Tribe Called Quest, De La
Yeah.
Soul, Jungle Brothers, that whole, Native Tongue family. Me being the Queens guy, so Nas, right? Nas
Yep.
is my favorite MC of all MCs.
Ah,
Because I'm
okay.
Queens bias, right?
Yeah.
LL, everything, man. I was like a little fiend, man. I just had to have hip hop. I was out there buying cassettes, buying tapes, buying CDs, going to Jamaica Ave, buying the bootlegs. Like I had to have the music. And
Yeah.
we all got a slight addiction to something, and mine has always been the music, man.
Yeah. Dude, we got a similar childhood, man. I mean, I'm not from New York, but the minute I heard it, fell in love. And I'm like you, man. I just like tried to buy everything I could. And so that's
Mhm.
awesome, man. Just to hear about another brother like that, man. That's cool. What did you try? Did you try breakdancing or was
No,
it
I didn't.
off the
Nah,
bat? what was
Yeah,
your
I didn't
culture?
have the coordination. Yeah, I didn't have the coordination for breakdancing. I knew that off the rip.
Yeah.
I couldn't rap. Like my brain didn't work fast enough to put words together like that. But it
Okay.
was always the DJ inside. I loved. I
Yeah.
loved it. So I loved seeing people like, oh, that reaction you get when they play your favorite record. I loved it. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
was a little intimidated by the equipment, so my uncle kind of just pulled me to the side at the house and just started showing me stuff. And then he actually took me on one of his parties and
Hmm.
had to take a cigarette break. So he was like, "Hey, man, come here real quick. Take these three records and play them back to back. And by the time you get done with that third one, I should be back and ready." So
Oh,
I started
shoot.
panicking because we was on that third record, you know what I mean? And he wasn't coming around because he was trying to holler at the shorty over there. So I kind of started digging through his crates and just saw a record I recognized. And in my head, I was like, oh, this kind of sounds like this record. So I kind of put it on
Yeah.
the turntable, hit play, and then it blended in perfectly. And then you kind of see people kind of look up and go, oh, okay, you know what I mean? Then I
Nice.
found another record, and then that's when it clicked for me, man. And that's when I fell in love with the DJ side, man. And then
That is awesome.
started kind of participating in hip hop that way.
Yeah.
And then a little bit older in age, but I loved hip hop radio. I loved the Hot 97 late at
Yeah.
night.
Oh, it was
When
good.
they would play the uncut records and stuff like that. They would play the album cuts, and I was like, "Yo!" And then Stretch and Bobbito blew the doors open for me. You
Yeah.
know, that's when I was like, "This is what I want to do on the radio side."
And so you started DJing probably in the 90s, man. Were you before, was it before high school or after?
It was during. So I
Oh,
graduated
during.
high school in 97. So probably around 97, 98 is when I really started doing it. Just
Yeah.
you know, the little small parties and things like that, or
Yeah.
the homies want to put something together. I bring my gear and all that. We just go play some music and all of that.
Yeah.
And it didn't really hit me that it can be a business until like late college when I was like, yo, I
Mhm.
can make money doing this. You know what I mean? So we would do some parties doing that. And then as I got older, started getting into work life, I still was doing the DJ stuff, and then it became
Yeah.
more of the private side, like weddings and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
it wasn't fun like doing the radio stuff. So started kind of putting together my own like online station just so I can have that thing where
So
I
cool.
can have my little piece of my own history and hip hop kind of thing, and started doing that, man.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. And you learned to DJ when you really had to know what mixing was all about, man. I mean, you
Mhm.
you had to do it by ear. I mean, now you got
Yeah.
the beat counter and stuff, and
Yeah.
so yeah, man, y'all learned at a difficult time. So,
Yeah.
yeah. And so, are you using? I mean, I'm sure you're using Serato now. I mean, that's the good thing about
Yeah,
technology, where you get to just
I
kind of like
do. I
get
do.
rid of all the record crate carrying and stuff. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I use Serato. I'm still a turntable guy. I still got my
yeah,
techniques. Got my regular two channel mixer. So I try to
good
keep it
man.
as traditional as possible, man. And it's
Yeah,
funny when I do gigs and I bring the turntables out. It's like an anomaly. People are like, "Whoa." Yeah.
yeah. You know how
But
to
I
do it on you know how to do it on the CDJs too, or have you?
You know what? I've never touched the CDJs. I just never liked it.
Yeah.
I do have a controller. I do have a controller,
Okay.
but that even my controller has to spin in platters. Like I gotta have those platters spinning because it makes me feel like I'm still on the turntables. But for the most part, I'm on my 1200s, man.
Yeah.
Those, they
Techniques,
stand the
maybe.
test of time. They stand
Yeah.
the test of time.
Well, when did you eventually move to Texas?
Uh, Mid 2000s, somewhere
Okay.
around there.
You,
Yeah, it was.
and 2000 was, yeah, that was a good year for Texas hip hop too.
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. So yeah, down here, man. And I live in Dallas now. So
Yeah.
the Dallas scene is it's a melting pot, right? It's kind of like one of those cities that's like a mosh posh of everybody's from everywhere. So it's a
Yeah.
lot of different influences here. But Houston is like the main, you know what I'm saying, mainstay of music in Texas is Houston. So that's where, UGK, Scarface,
Yeah. Paul
uh,
Wall. Oh,
Paul Wall, the legendary DJ Screw, rest in peace. He came
yeah.
from.
And
So
chopped and screwed stuff was still, it was big about that time when he
yeah, they
got
still
there.
do it too, man. It's still a thing. Like down here,
Oh,
it's like when
nice.
if you're an artist, man, and you're real, you're doing your thing. Whenever you get your album chopped and screwed out here, that's when you kind of really get that. When a legit DJ chops and screws your album out here, that's like you made it. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
awesome,
'Cause
man.
that's how they listen to music down here. They listen to music a little bit slow. You know what I mean? They take their time down here.
I appreciate
It's
all
laid back.
different
Yeah,
styles. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah. And
Dallas
so
is cool.
was that a
It's cool.
culture shock for you? Well, going from New York to Texas?
No, no, actually, I had an aunt who lived here
Okay.
when I was younger. So this was always kind of like our summer vacation,
Okay.
that the parents would send the cousins to down here. So I was familiar with Dallas. Like I always came down here at least every other year or so with my cousins, and we would kind of be the city kids hanging out in the country kind of thing. And
Yeah.
so, it made sense when I got older and I realized I can't afford to stay in New York anymore.
Yeah. Hey, man, I hear
And
that. Hey,
yeah.
so I mean, you've been you speed, you're DJing and you're doing parties and stuff. And then what was the fuel or what was the catalyst for the transition into beat making?
To the NPC. So my uncle again, he taught me how to do music to like as far as make beats too, but I never
Wow.
really took it serious. Again, intimidated by the gear and all that stuff because I knew everybody. Some people had the NPC, some people had the computers, and
Yeah.
it just didn't click to me. So he taught me, like he showed me how to chop up samples and all that stuff and how to sequence things out.
Okay.
But I wasn't really interested because in my mind, I was thinking, well, I don't know any people that can rap over this, so nobody will want to rap over this stuff.
Huh?
Because you get taught that you're not really making it in the music industry unless you're mainstream, right? So
Mm,
it took me to kind of get on the DJ inside and recognize that there is a lot of talented independent artists out here
yeah.
who their catalog is just as great as the mainstream. The only difference is the budget.
Sure.
So when my uncle passed a couple years ago, um, we was cleaning out his apartment, and my cousin was like, "Yo, Unc got this. I know Pop's got this NPC. You
What?
want it?"
Whoa.
Yeah, and I was like, "All right, man. I'm not gonna fool with it, but I'll take it as kind of something to have of his, kind of
Yeah.
thing."
Yeah.
So got home after a while, kind of turned it on and listened to what he was working on because he still had some beats in there, and I was like, "Yo, these some incredible beats." You know what I mean?
Wow.
And it dawned on me that Unc Unc went to the grave with a lot of great ideas. He
Mm,
had like over 300, 400 beats on there, and he never
geez.
released any of that music. So I was like, I got to do something with it. Not with his stuff, but in general, I was like, I gotta do this. I gotta, because he used to always tell me, yo, you got it in you. I can hear it. You got it. I know you got it. So I started kind of playing around with the MPC a little bit, and
Wow.
it just clicked. It literally clicked. Everything he was telling me as a kid
Man.
started clicking. And then I had just kind of made a beat and posted it on Facebook, and a partner of mine, Lindor, kind of hit me and was like, "Yo, what you doing with that beat?" And I was like, "Oh, it's nothing, man. It's just something I'm kind of
Yeah.
working with." He's like, "Send that to me. Let me do that." And that song wound up being called the track called Hip Hop Mission. And
Nice.
so it kind of sparked in me like, yo, Lynn, why don't we try to do something? So
Okay.
I was kind of figuring some things out with the MPC. I had another partner of mine, his name's Kondu, who's a producer. He kind of showed me the basics of the MPC, how to utilize it. And he was like, you'll figure out everything else. You just need to know these few things. And chop messing with that NPC ended up becoming a debut project that me and Kondu put out 2 years ago called Heat Tape. It was a compilation album of some really dope indie artists that I knew through the radio show who was
Wow.
like, let me get that beat, let me jump on that. So it was them kind of helping me out to get my name out there as a producer.
Yeah.
And ever since then, man, we've been taking off, man. We've been
That's
putting
awesome.
in work the past year and a half, and then meeting Rob, meeting Lynn, and all that stuff, and everything's just kind of been falling in place. And
Yeah.
now I'm here with you. You know what I'm saying? To talk
Yeah.
about
Hey,
the
man.
Book of Ranu.
Jeez, that's super cool, man. Yeah, and just it's kind of crazy how just everything lined up like that together, man.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
yeah, fantastic. And so then at some point, man, you connect with Rock King and you guys put the first album together. What was like the story behind you guys meeting? Was that did you guys meet online
Yeah.
or
No, yeah. So it's a guy who lives here in Dallas too. His name's Drums Rugged. He's an MC,
okay?
and he's always submitted music and stuff. And he was like, "Hey man, I got an artist I know. I gave me information to send me music to your radio show, to your
Mm,
mix show." I was like, "Cool." So I heard what Rod did, and I was like, "Oh, these are kind of dope. I like these records." So we started talking a little bit online through the chat, and then he was like, "Hey man, I heard you make beats and stuff like that." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah. I'm actually putting some stuff together. I'm finishing up a project with my guy Lynn. What's up?" And he was like, "Why don't we put something together? Because I know I can tell you a hip hop dude. I heard your Heat Tape, and I would love to like put some work together with you." So we put a project together called the Healing Tape uh last January. No, last June. Sorry, last June. We dropped it on Tupac's birthday last year. And it was like a little 6, 7 track EP. And when he recorded the first two records and sent them back, I was like, oh, yo, this dude got something, because he's from Milwaukee. So he's
Yeah,
me and
that's
him,
right.
he's from Milwaukee. So I was just like, I didn't know Milwaukee had talent like this. So
Right.
we did the healing tape, and then after recording the healing tape and listening to it, we were kind of like, I think we got something special here, man. Let's just keep working. Let's just keep going. So
Yeah.
we went to the healing tape, and then we jumped right into recording the Book of Ranu. Actually, was
Yeah.
was the next book we recorded, and then we put that to the side, and we recorded the Golden Age. But we wound up flipping the release schedule,
Oh, interesting.
so we dropped the Golden Age before we did the Book of Ranu, just because we felt like the Golden Age would be a better debut album. From like we did
Yeah.
the EP, but the EP was like DJ Kawon and RA K7NG.
Yeah.
So when the Golden Age came out, that was like his debut album as an artist. So we
I see.
dropped that one first because that was more of a '90s inspired project where
Yeah.
all the beats were in reference to like '90s things and stuff like that.
That's
And he
dope.
wanted Book of Ranu to be more of a personal thing. So I said, let's hold off on this one, and we wound up releasing it later in the year.
Yeah.
And the last time went really, man, we charted. We was number one on the charts, one of the singles on the Urban Influencer charts. We just got nominated. Well, the award ceremony was over, but that album was nominated for Album of the Year
On the
for
Heritage
Heritage
Hip Hop
Award.
Awards.
Yeah, we got nominated for that. And I got the Artist of the Year nomination and stuff. So it did really well.
Yeah. That's what's
So
up.
now we're in this season where we're pushing this one and hoping to get the same kind of attention with this album.
Yeah. Well, congrats on the nominations too. I saw you
Yeah,
got the beat honors too, man, as well. And
yeah. That's
man,
dope.
that's
That's a
got
dope
yeah,
one.
that's gotta be awesome, man. An awesome feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
it's
a
cool.
great project, man. And so, hey, you guys connect, man, and you mentioned that you put a couple projects together. I do like the album art too. Is really
Thank you.
dope.
Yeah,
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 I
thank you.
saw the vinyl and stuff. So, who inspired the cover art, and did you guys do it yourselves?
Yeah, everything's collaborative effort. We from the beats to the artwork, we just talk and we kind of figure it out, man. And then Rock kind of was saying I would love this to have like be like a book, like you opening up a
Yeah,
archive and you digging for artifacts, and then they find this book of Ranu. So
that's
I
cool.
got on Photoshop and started doing some things with it,
Oh,
and
you
then
did it. Dope.
yeah, I did the original art piece, and then we kind
Super.
of the original one was a little bit more colorful, and then
Right.
we kind of went with the more darker feel to it, based off of kind of like the color schemes of with the last like we everything is kind of like a theme with Ra. He loves gold, so we wanted to make sure we keep that gold look and that black and gold look to make it feel like it's some sort of like like a royalty
Yeah.
kind of re kind of thing
Nice.
to it. So we flipped the colors a little bit, but that actual art covers the original idea we had.
Yeah.
And I've been getting my Photoshop skills on with with
Looks
that,
really good, man. Yeah. I mean, the cassette shell is gold too,
Yeah,
and I love
yeah.
it, man. Just the book and the pages, chapter 1 through 10. It looked really good, man. So shout out
Thank
to
you,
y'all for the art too, as well.
thank you.
Hey, so tell me, so DJ Kawon, is Kawon your government name or is it?
Yeah, man, that's it, man.
That's awesome, man.
I didn't want to be gimmicky. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
want to be
brilliant,
who I am.
man.
Yeah, I just be who I am, man. So that means where I feel like when people address you, when you have like a AKA,
Yeah.
you're a character. You know what I mean? And I never wanted to be a character. I wanted to be who I am. So
That's
I'm a,
great.
I'm Kawan, and I just happen to be a DJ.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know
yeah.
what I mean?
That's cool. Hey, do you know how the title, the Book of Ranu, came about? Was it just because Rock King was a theme guy, and so did he?
Yeah. So Ra is short for Ranu. So Ranu is
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah. So yeah, Ranu is short. Ra is short for Ranu, and Ranu is that's his moniker. That's his Ra King. Which if you read the ancient scriptures, the Egyptian scriptures, Ra is the sun god. So
Yep.
his theme and his messaging is like he's that energy from the sun that he's spreading that positive energy of hip hop through to the people, and he kind of ran with it that way. So
Yeah.
Ranu is basically like this character in this project, this superhero who you're learning more about him through each chapter.
Uh,
From chapter 1 all the way through chapter 11. Chapter 1 is kind of like his introduction and
yeah.
his mission and what he wants to do and who he wants to be in the game,
I
all the
love it.
way all the way through chapter 11. I get the comparison of the Kendrick, like he sounds like Kendrick, everybody says. So this is
Yeah.
him cutting through these different chapters to get to that end game where it's him versus Kendrick kind of thing, to
Yeah.
kind of show that I may sound like you, but this is who I am kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it's a really well thought out on his part, and I give him credit for that. He thought the whole process out through the structure of the album. But we wanted to keep it with a hip hop soul so it can be a good listen while people take in the lyrics, you know.
Yeah, that's funny that you mentioned that because I was thinking that the entire time. But he's still different though. He's got a, I just his delivery goes well. Kind of like I would compare it more to golden age type rapping, man. Like I
Mhm.
thought he
Mhm.
was a fantastic storyteller, and Kendrick is too. But I think the way that he did it, man, it just reminds me of some of the greats that did it back in the '90s, man. And
Absolutely.
so,
Absolutely.
yeah, just, and again, your beats were perfect for the entire album, man. And so, chapter one, you guys do a music video too, right? And
Mhm.
so,
Mhm.
I know he does like some video editing, and I saw on his
Mhm.
page that, he offers those services. So, were you around when he shot the video too, or?
We were in New York when we shot that, man. I went
Oh,
back home. Yeah, I went back home and we kind of turned the trip into a working trip because we were finishing up the Golden Age project.
okay,
And on the Golden Age, we got this record called 9-3. And it's
okay,
kind of like a paying homage to Nas because it's called 9-3 Rise Like. So I flipped the
okay.
Nas is like beat. And
Yeah,
so I got family that lives in Queensbridge, so we got to stay with them.
that's
And while
cool,
we were
man.
out there, we shot the Roz like video out there. So I was like, well, since we out here, man, let's go ahead and shoot another visual for the next album so we can have that ready. So
Oh,
we shot that the one in Flushing, Queens, where
okay.
they play the US Open at, where the Mets are and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Shot it out there at that park, and
that's right.
just kind of it was a perfect day, man. The weather was nice. People was out there doing yoga. You know what I mean? People were riding their bikes. So it kind of felt like the song. So it was kind of like a refreshing new beginning feel with a new album, new video and all that stuff. And I shot all the video. I shot all the visuals for it and he did the
Oh,
editing.
that's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So yeah.
wasn't sure if you guys were together or not because I knew you
Yeah.
guys like kind of lived
Yeah.
in different
Yeah.
parts of the world,
Yeah.
man. So
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it was fun, man. It was a fun trip, and we learned a lot of each other too, because that's the first time we actually were around each other physically. So
yeah,
it was cool to kind of actually build in that way too, to kind of
yeah,
get to know each other a little bit more and bounce some more ideas off each other for the project. And it was definitely needed, man. That's definitely, and I know we're in the social media age, but I think definitely if artists can always connect with other artists
yeah.
in person, you got to do it, man, just to have that bond.
Oh, I know. It's something else, man. And I'm glad that you guys picked the first song. And sometimes people do videos of like something with like maybe best song might be in the middle of the album. Well, I love it's the first song and
Mhm.
first video, and you can just tell in the lyrics, man. And I know he's not here right now, but just it's very telling of the guy that he is. No feeling sorry for you. Complete your goals, young guy. Always live out your truth, because you the
Mhm.
proof, your essence and aura got you the rules to teach your people by doing you. And he goes on and carries that same theme, right? If they don't match, I'm known to move on. Me and Kawon made a new song. I'm feeling alive because that's my purpose. Who telling the lies? I see the circus. Raw, man. That's just his lyrics, man. Just really,
Yeah,
really connect with me, man. So,
yeah,
yeah, what a
salute,
way
man.
to set the album off. Did you
Yeah,
guys know that was going to be the first song?
that song is actually funny, man. I'm working on my kind of like I guess my debut project.
Okay,
I'm producing it because the one me and Condu did, it was both of our work. So this is like my first one where I'm producing the whole project with some other artists. And
okay.
so that one's called Boom Bap Alumni. I'm still in the middle
Oh,
of that one.
nice.
Um, chapter one was supposed to be for that project.
Oh, no kidding.
I sent it to Ryan. He turned it around really quick and he was like, okay, this is how I want the Book of Ranu to sound. You know what I mean? Really. So I kind of said, okay, I'll put Boom Bap Alumni to the side. And
Okay.
let's work on this album. And that's how we started getting into the Book of Ranu, where he was like, this is kind of how I want it to sound. And I started kind of putting together some more joints like that.
Yeah.
And just kind of put focus on that. So that was actually gonna be on my album, but you gotta I looked at the bigger picture and was like, let's not kill the creativity. Let's stay with the flow of everything. And then we moved on and just kind of did his job with his project and
Yeah.
we dope album, man.
Yeah, it was good the way that you guys ordered the songs too. It just progressively got better and better and better. And so chapter two was like my first favorite song. I
Mhm.
thought it was just the the beat was a heater, man. And it was good. The drums, man. You really have me paying attention to each song because of the way that you sequence the drums, man. So it just I enjoy the way you make, you lay those out, man. And so Again, his lyrics are very telling of who he is. I put my soul into this music, so you know it's legit. I made the music for the tribe, so you know it's a hit. And I'm gonna do it for the culture, so they know it's the chief. This is my book for the people versus to beat the evil, man. Dude is just his pen game is mean, man. Pen game is mean. I love it.
Yeah, man. He's Roz, he's definitely one of the ones, man.
Yeah, for sure.
He definitely he has some goals or some stuff he wants to do career wise, and I just
Yeah,
told him, whatever I can do to help you get to that goal that you have, bro, let's just build your catalog and get you there. Cause
that's great.
I think he can be one of those barbershop conversation type of MCs, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He just needs that fuel behind him to let the people really hear who he is.
Yeah, he's got a good story to tell. How long did it take y'all to put those two projects? I know you guys did them back to back,
Um,
the Golden Era.
Typically, Ra works pretty quick because he records from home.
Okay.
And my I don't have like a stack of beats just sitting in the fold anywhere. Every beat I
Mm,
make custom for that particular project or
that's
artist I work
dope.
with. I like to have that conversation before we even get started. What do we want this to sound like?
Sure.
And once I get that, and once I send the first two or three beats, and they're like, "This is it,"
Yeah.
me and Rod's thing is I'll just keep banging them out on the beats and send them in. If he digs it, he'll record to it right away, and we
Yeah.
just kind of keep going until he says, "Okay, I think we're good here. I think we got it." So it's
Yeah.
just me creating the sounds for him, send it off to him, and we just kept going, man. And this is one of the ones where
Yeah.
I think I made 12 beats for this project and it wound up being 11 tracks, but chapter 11 is two different beats, two different songs in one. So
Yeah. I thought
basically
that was
we
cool.
merged that together. We hit batting 1,000 for this one, man.
Yeah, that hey, 100%. And so if you notice, I said chapter two was my favorite song, my first favorite song.
First
And then,
favorite.
I was going through the album. Then chapter four was was the one for me. I was like, oh
Mm,
dang, that's my song, man. And so the
yeah,
sample
really.
that you used for chapter four was something else, man. I really like that one. I
Yeah.
want to ask you where the sample's from, but I know
Uh, the
you,
sample chapter four is okay. So it's everybody. it's a it was a country gospel album.
dang. Hey, what a dope flip, man. Amazing beat. And this is where I was like, dang, like, I mean, in my opinion, you command the drums, and I told you already, man. Some people can do it, just know how to do it well, man. And you certainly have commanded that skill. But yeah, that was certainly my favorite
Yeah.
one. And I think
Yeah,
just
man, I'm a huge fan of analog sounds, man. I know
yeah,
it's easy.
the dusty
Digital is
stuff.
so easy. Yeah, yeah, digital is so easy. I tend to go towards I guess somebody if you ask me my style, I would say I love to do textured hip hop beats, right?
Yeah,
Like
that's a good way to put it.
it has to have texture in it. It has to have some weird something has to catch your ear, like what was that I heard,
Yeah,
And you may not ever hear that sound ever again in the beat, but I kind of want to put them in different pockets.
yeah,
Um, I don't. I just love analog sounds, man. If I'm doing a lot of my drum patterns come from records where I just
yeah,
kind of pull it from the vinyl and then I store it somewhere and then I'll come back to it at some point and just kind of do the kick, the kick snare thing with it and all that stuff
yeah,
and just try to fit. I like to keep it as analog as possible because it's a dying art, man. Everything's so digital now.
yeah.
That's why I'm a big fan of like DJ Muggs and Alchemist production, man, because
Woo.
they stay in that lane, man, and
Yeah.
it's a beautiful thing. So yeah, man, yeah, yeah. The drums is my. I'm glad that you pick up on that because I love. Before I do anything, I got to find the drums first before I touch anything else, man.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, man. I like that textured hip hop and that analog sound. And it's funny that you mentioned that because I picked a handful of songs to speak about you guys on this session. And so, chapter eight,
Mm,
which I thought the beat was, I think it fits exactly what you said, man. Textured layers
mhm,
of just tracks put together to make an amazing beat. And I thought that chapter eight had that really gritty Mob Deep sound. And so
mhm, mhm,
yeah, it's
mhm.
exactly as you were describing it. I was like, dude, this is this song right here, man. You know, he calls it like the healing tune.
Yeah, the
And yeah,
Hamilton.
the dude is a word whiz, man. I mean, really good at connecting. But again, that beat was a good one that catered to his lyrics. Heal myself with tools, discipline, checked in, cared heart, but never thirsty for friends. Woke from a dream, was politicking with life, want to talk to God, so trees was in my sight. Man, y'all, man, just deadly combination. How was that though? Did you guys bang out the songs together, or he did record from home, and then you just kind of like you took care of
Yeah.
mix and mastering?
Yeah, so he records from home, he sends it back to me, and then I'll fill in some pockets on my end if I hear something,
Yeah,
like add some little things here and there. So that's when actually production piece starts, right?
yeah,
When I,
the post
when I send him
production,
the
right?
beat, yeah, when I send him the beat, I'm a beat maker.
Yep.
When he sends it back, that's when the actual production of the song starts after that. So yeah, I'll find
Good.
some
That's
little
a good
things to
point.
throw in there. Um, I kind of got to hear what he says because there may be some little pockets where I can add a little sound in there, or if I need to beef up the drums a little bit, I can go in there and do that post production. As far as mixing and mastering, Rod does that in house with his guy. He has a
Oh,
really
okay,
dope
got it.
engineer named Ryan Cutts that's
Okay.
out there in Milwaukee, and Ryan's incredible, man. He did a really good job with this album, sound wise. And shout out to the engineers out there. They don't get enough love, man. Ryan puts his piece on it, and that's another to me, that's another piece of the production too, is
Yeah.
he gave it that warm sound, and he knows where to put certain things and what to elevate in the track and what not to elevate. So it's definitely when you lock in with a team of people who know your sound, how things come out like this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you go with what works, man. And so, yeah, just great as I continue down to the album. And so the last song I chose to talk to you guys about was Chapter 10, because you got another
Mhm.
music video that you guys did. But
Mhm.
that one too. When was that in the calculus? You guys made that video at the end of the album, or
Oh yeah, that was Rod, man. He did that all by himself back home in
okay?
Milwaukee. We were, and honestly, that one we were kind of like, we need a visual, a new one, because chapter one's kind of slowing down. So Rod
Oh,
went
right,
out there.
right.
He kind of went out there himself and got with his people and shot that. And it surprised me that he chose that one, to be honest with you.
Oh, it's a good one
I
though.
think he kind of, I think he wanted to kind of pick a different type of record. You know what I'm saying? That's not particularly what you would call like and we don't do radio tracks or friendly tracks, but I think he chose that because he was like, it's a simple video to shoot to, but
Yeah,
I'm saying so much. I think if I put a visual to it, it'll connect to people a little bit more because he's saying some stuff, man. He's basically having a conversation with J. Cole.
yeah. Oh, okay.
J. Cole's one of his favorite MCs. So he's basically having a conversation with J. Cole about how
Sense.
Jay had to go to New York to kind of get his to be certified, right? Like J. Cole's from North
North
Carolina.
Carolina. Yeah,
North
Fayetteville.
Carolina's
Yep.
probably not. North Carolina now is becoming a music hub, but back
Sure.
then Cole had to go to New York to get love. And he was kind of saying, in reference to Cole doing that song, I let Nas down because he
Yeah.
felt like he did a commercial record that wasn't dope. So it's kind of like him having that conversation with Cole and
Oh, that's
Ra.
crazy.
Ra's a big Cole fan, man, and I think if he could have his way, I think Ra would love to kind of partner up with Dreamville if he could. You know what I'm saying?
Woo,
So
man.
I think this is like his open letter to J. Cole, like, hey man,
Yeah.
what you went through,
Yeah.
and me and you were kind of going through the same thing. So I would love to do something. So I think this is him having an open letter to J. Cole, just kind of describing his situation compared to J. Cole's situation, how similar they are in that
Yeah.
reference.
Well, it's funny, man. So I'm actually surprised you had mentioned that. I thought Chapter 10 was a really strong song too. Just the confidence in his lyrics for that song. So thank you for the context about his perspective of him talking to J. Cole. But yeah, the
Mhm.
confidence that he exuded from that song was good. I'm the one that's coming for heads. I'm the Reaper. Another project
Mhm.
done, and I did it with no features. Oh man, dude, Killer Queen makes the mean that every song a heater blogs getting ready student turn into teacher. He just yeah, he was killing it for sure, man. So
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, what a fantastic project, man. Did you guys know before the album was done that it would go on vinyl? Or did you guys have plans from the
Um,
beginning to put it on
it,
wax?
Yeah, no, it was in the plans for sure.
Okay.
Because we did a little test market with Golden Age.
Yeah, yeah,
So we to after we kind of did that and we made a couple sales off the vinyl for that.
yeah,
Um, we just kind of made the conscious effort to say this is one of those because the way the album sounds already is analog, so
yeah,
why not put it on vinyl?
yeah,
And it's in another way too, man. We're in the digital age where
yeah,
I, me personally, I'm not a fan of the streams, right? But I know people you kind of have to go through the system to kind of get heard here and there.
yeah,
Um, I'm kind of the old school approach of, I'm cool going out there selling CDs if I have to. I'm
yeah,
cool going, getting to know the people kind of thing. But I also know that at some day it's going to be a day where they shut the streams down because it's not going to be profitable for the majors anymore. So it's going to take the indie out of it. So
yeah,
it's always best to have your music available on all platforms, all physicals and all that stuff and just have it out there because people are going to come back to that at some point. We're seeing it now. People are coming back to vinyl. People
Yeah,
are coming to shout out to Mad Good Records. They're distributing the project through CDs and cassettes.
very cool.
Um, they have a fan base of people who still buy music. So it only made sense that we partner with them
Yeah,
to to do that, man. So shout out to DJ at Mad Good Records. He's a dope dude who has an indie label up in New York, and
very cool.
it's perfect, man. It's and me and Ross, we love the '90s hip hop. So
Yeah.
I talk like this is literally like us back in the '90s, man. The album comes out, it's available on every way you can listen to the music. It's available. So we kind of cover all the corners because we don't want to alienate anybody as far as getting to the album.
That's great, man. Well, in the end, hey, what an amazing project, man. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to hear all the other work that you guys did prior to that. Just you guys make a deadly combination for sure.
Thanks,
And
man. What I'll
just
do too, man, I have your email. I'm gonna send you or did I? I can't remember. I've been sending music left and right. Did I send you copies of previous work yet?
no, no, I have
Okay.
this one. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. I got your email. I'm gonna send you some free downloads from my website and
yeah,
you'll be
all
able to
good, man.
check
I
out
mean, I'm happy to
logo names
support,
and all
man.
that stuff.
So
Yeah.
all good. But yeah, I'm glad there's a vinyl and just physical product for the project. Really cool. I love the DJ Kawon catalog keychain. I was like, hey, that's pretty dope, man. So it's just, I
Yeah,
love
man.
it, man. I
That's
saw
another
part of that, man. Yeah.
yeah, I wish I had one on me, but it's another cool little thing, man. It's like a little, we're using that NFC technology. You tap it to your phone,
There you
and it's
go.
basically your version of streaming. You can go in there and you can pull up my whole production catalog,
Very
past,
cool.
present, future. So if you have that keychain, you'll have access to future music too.
Oh, that's
And I'm
super cool.
actually about to upload a new album. Me and my brother Travesty, the Lazy MC from Miami.
Okay.
We got a coming out called What a Time to Be Alive. I produced for
Nice.
him. If you love 90s hip hop, that's his vibe, man. This guy
Send it my
sounds
way, man.
gotcha. He sounds similar to Rock Ness Monster of Helter Skelter. He
Ooh,
has
man.
that
Boot camp
same
click.
kind of he
Yeah.
has that
Oh,
same type
man.
of voice, and Trav is a dope dude, man. So that's a project coming soon.
Yeah.
Uh, that's going to be a cassette. That's a Mad Good Records combination
Nice.
too. They're going to do cassette CDs, and Trav is going to sell vinyl personally on his side for that album. So
Yeah.
waiting for that vinyl to come because I got to get me a copy of that because I was like, I know it's going to sound incredible, but I'll shoot you copies of that too, brother, and keep
Hey,
you in the loop on everything we got going on, man.
all good, man. Happy to support. Well, good, man. Well, what's next, man? What do you have? More collaborations, solo
Yeah,
projects,
so yeah,
art
I got
shows?
like the Trav is releasing this month. We're
Yep.
in September, so that's coming at the end of this month.
Okay.
I got EP with another one of my guys, Notes 82, dope MC out of Brooklyn. He just won my album of the year at Heritage Hip Hop for his
Oh
album
man,
Cover
dope.
Art. I didn't have anything to do with cover art, but it's a really dope album. If you get to check that out, man,
Okay.
it's probably one of the most balanced independent artist albums of the year, man. As far as
Wow.
he hits it on all angles from underground sound, commercial sound. It's
Oh
a really
man.
dope project. Me and him got an EP we got coming soon called The Faculty. It's a nice little 5-6 track joint. Uh Next year, I got my guy Lindo and Trav have a joint project. We
Okay.
got that's done. It's already done. It's called the Chain Reaction. It's a themed album. I think you'll dig that one when that comes out.
Oh,
And
great.
then I got my project too, man. The Boom Bap Alumni. It's pretty much done recorded. I got it in the mixing and mastering phase right now, and we'll start rolling that out sometime next year. So
Yeah,
I'm busy. I got a lot of sounds that's gonna get out to the world real soon, brother.
I love it, man. Great to hear. Well, good. Well, with that, it was a pleasure for just reviewing your album and
Thank
getting
you,
to
man.
talk
Thank
to
you.
you.
I'm
And
glad you liked it. I'm glad you loved
yeah,
it, brother. Thank you.
and yeah, just learning the story about you and how it got together and how it became what it is today. And so, with that, I love to close the interview out with just some fun, lighthearted questions, man. Yeah, I think it's a good way to properly end this interview. But let's do it, man. I got a softball for you. Your first one. What is Kawan's favorite food?
Pizza. New York style pizza.
Yeah, pizza, man. That's a good one. That's my go-to. All right. Hey, what are you choosing between red and white pasta sauce? Are you spaghetti guy or Alfredo guy?
Ooh, I'm
What
getting
do you
older in
prefer?
age, man. That red be hurting me. You know what I'm saying? Hurting the chest a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I hear that. I hear that.
I lean more towards the red, man.
Okay. So
I'm a
do
lot of
I.
yeah.
That's funny, man. All right, man. You mentioned a 79, you 90s kid like me. You watch the same movie, you watch the same movies, listen to the same music. Wish you like better between the two. Tupac as Bishop and Juice or
Okay.
Tupac as Birdie and Above the Rim?
Mm. Bishop and Juice.
Oh, yeah,
Because that was
yeah, DJ.
it felt more real than Birdie. I think Birdie was more of the character, but Bishop felt really real
That's
to me.
that's an interesting point. Yeah, yeah, okay. Good. Which both had amazing soundtracks, by the way, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
man, some of the best movie soundtracks of all time.
Yo,
Um,
bring back the movie soundtracks, please. Come
ooh,
on now.
I agree. You probably should score a movie next, man. That's probably if
Oh,
you have enough.
actually, I am, man. Mad Good Records is gonna put together a compilation. I think I'm gonna
Ooh,
have three tracks I'm producing on there. It's gonna be some
very cool.
dope artists on there. Are you
Okay.
familiar with, Dr. Butcher? You know who
Yep.
that he is? He's a Cool G Raps producer. He's gonna produce a few joints on there too. So it's kind of cool to say my work is gonna be next to Dr. Butcher. So
Heck
that's a
yeah. That's awesome, man. All right. Hey, next question for you. Best Eddie Murphy flick of all time.
all time coming to America.
Hell yeah. It's
Coming
my
to
favorite
America.
movie of all time. Yeah. All right. What do you choose in between pancakes and waffles and why?
Oh, I have kids now, so I've transferred over to the waffles because that's what they love.
Hey, good.
They love
Yeah.
every Sunday is waffle Sunday in the Jenkins household, so they love it whenever Daddy cooks them, makes some waffles because they love
I
the
love it, man. Hey,
my
that's a
daughter loves
great
to do the
reason.
mixing of the batter and stuff. So we're waffle family now.
Yeah, hey, that's a great reason. Final question for you. If you could have dinner with anyone, past or present, dead or alive, who would it be?
Um, honestly, man, I played baseball, college years and high school and all of that stuff. I've always been intrigued to want to sit and talk with Jackie Robinson.
Oh, yeah.
Just to he had a dream. All he wanted to do was play baseball, right? And he dealt with so much BS just doing what he loved. So it's kind of like I always wanted to know you
Yeah.
were doing what you love, but how did you really love it at that point? You know what I mean? I always wanted to pick his brain about that stuff. If I could have got him in an honest moment, how tough was it doing what you love
Yeah.
in hostile environment night after night after night, which shows me that he was so much of an elite athlete that
Yeah.
he's not dealing with like contract negotiations. He's dealing with like people threatening his life and his
Yeah.
family's life.
I'm gonna
I
kill
mean,
him.
he's always been one of the people I wish I can talk to. Had the chance to talk to. So I've done like autobiographies on him. I've read up on him. I've watched every movie about him. I just think his story is just crazy,
Sure.
and it's a great story because it's sports and it's race relations and all that stuff. And that's the one guy I wish I could talk to.
Yeah, great answer, man. Thank you again just for the opportunity to speak with you.
You
Definitely
man,
an honor just to get some time with you and go through your recent projects. So congratulations. I look forward
absolutely.
to all the future releases. And with that, I would like to turn the floor over to you for any final words before we end this amazing interview out.
Absolutely. Today, as we're recording this, it is Bandcamp Friday. So just
It.
remember support the artist. So go to Bandcamp's page, look for Mad Good Records. You'll see the Book of Ranu on there. Get you a nice little analog cassette or
Sure.
CD. CDs are coming soon. Vinyls available too. All the proceeds go to the artist on this particular day or any other time. Support the artist directly.
Yeah.
You do get digital downloads with that as well. So you're just not getting the physical, you're getting the physical and digital. You can catch me on IG. That's my most active thing. It's Kawon J Productions. You'll see everything that I'm promoting, I'm producing. I'll throw some beat videos on there. I'm in the process of making some new beats of some albums coming out. DJKawonmusic.com. That's my hub of everything that I'm associated with music wise. I have my radio station on there if you wanted to hear some streaming radio, indie radio 24/7. The mixtape shares on there Wednesday nights.
Nice.
What else we got going on, man? Yeah, just everything. Just those two spots is where you can find me for all information. Me
Yeah.
and Trav about to drop a really dope project. I'm gonna send you an advance copy here after we get off this
Thank
call,
you.
brother. Um, I'll send you some old stuff too, and it's gonna be a lot of joints you're gonna hear with my name produced by DJ Kawon
I love
behind it that I'm standing behind that I love. The albums are sounding incredible. Just support indie hip hop. That's all. Just
it.
support indie hip hop. Buy it first and then stream it.
That's it, man. Well, hey man, thank you again. I look forward to getting this interview out, brothers.
Thank you, brother, and I
Yeah,
appreciate you.